Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and this is my review of Spider-Man and Wolverine, issue number 2, Fight to the Death. And I mean, nobody dies, but damn, it's a whole fight. So one of the things I've been talking about with AI comics is that the logistical limitations are pretty much eliminated. So I can just have a 50-page fight scene, and it's not going to take a year and $25,000. Um, so I mean, with Jim Shooter, I think that his story with that awful DC editor, I think that's the next Whiplash, not the Whiplash character, but Whiplash. You know, the movie with J.K. Simmons. But that's something like, 100, 200 pages. But there's always a trade off. So this one is like, it's, I don't know if it's a dream, but like, it's a cool idea. Like, have an entire issue of Wolverine and Spider Man fighting. The problem is that story idea is fighting against itself in that these are two heroes who know each other pretty well. And also, the elephant in the room is Mysterio's in the mix. So, this is most likely a misunderstanding. And it's so much in the air that they keep commenting on it, or at least Wolverine does. So, basically, they did a Winter Soldier with Peter Parker where he believes, and he believes he has evidence that Logan killed his parents or sabotaged the plane they were in when it crashed. I got to do a shout out on this. This is one of my favorite effects. It doesn't have a name, where you don't draw the webs because they're supposed to be glare or a spotlight there. And he does it a lot on this, and it really helps sculpt the form. Don't take away the trunks. This is a thing. Once a character has trunks, you don't take them away. Put the trunks back. But this is a good, solid story. It man, some analogies just suck. It leaves a good taste in your mouth. That's what popped into my head. But yeah, it's a good story. I'm used to, what's a nice word of saying sloppy? Messy? Like Mark Teixeira. I love that stuff. And yes, this is kind of in the vein of I'm good enough to break the rules, and also I'm not making enough money off of each page to warrant the time to make it super detailed, and also there's a deadline. Like, I get all that. That's fine. It's hard to quantify the difference between, well, I could even, just show the previous issue where things were still kind of loose and messy and wild, but it felt like a finished comic, where this one feels like he's like, oh, this Friday? Thought it was next Friday. A lot of it seems like that type of situation, but still you get panels like this and images like this of Spider-Man, which could be, honestly, if the coloring wasn't kind of overpowering this image, that could be an iconic image for posters and everything. But good, fun story. I actually really enjoyed it, while also realizing, hey, these guys know each other really well, and this could be a conversation, and Mysterio's most likely doing something. But then there's moments like this, which is just Spider-Man is so angry that he knocked Wolverine's, what was that, the mandible, the jaw off. And before anyone's like, his skeleton is adamantium. Yes, but his tendons aren't. And the ligaments and all those different things that connect everything together. So you get images like this, which is almost like some sort of Venom alien. That is such a cool, I don't know. Like I said, there's issues, there's issues with this comic. But even this, which is, I believe, Was this move invented in video games? I know this is one of those. I can never remember all the different combos. So usually I just spam like literally two combos. But in every Spider-Man video game, this is like one of the first things you unlock, which is just shooting a bunch of web darts. And it's never super effective, but it usually at least stuns the enemies. So love seeing stuff like this. And yeah, just a good fight between Wolverine and Spider-Man. And then I'm gonna skip some just so I can show do a preview of the. All right, black suit and the brown suit. I'm ready for it. Yeah, Kari is using a thin line. Maybe that's it. Maybe the thin line is telling myself that this is not quite finished. Because usually with a line, you're going to vary the width of it. And it looks like there might be some... Yeah, there's some resolution issues with it as well. Assuming that's not an artistic choice, but usually it isn't. Yeah, that does not seem high enough resolution. But anyway, a lot of complaints for a comic I legitimately liked. So that was Spider-Man and Wolverine 2, which came out I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I remember one time I was having like a serious, conversation, recording a video. I think I was talking about culture war stupidity or something like that, and I was just staring at this like the whole time. It's so fun. I wonder how long this takes. I get the idea that Kari is a fairly quick artist, especially since he does everything, I believe. It's all the variant covers. Comics are fun. Yeah, it just says artist with no colorist credited, which means that Kari did everything. So again, understanding logistics and limitations of time and all that type of stuff, I understand. It's just maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. I like this bit where the video is stuttering, so he kind of breaks up the image. That's actually really cool. But go check it out. Spider-Man and Wolverine 2 from a couple weeks ago. I think the third issue probably comes out this week or next. Anyway, thanks for watching.